building. The melting of the walls as well that's left here. So incredible that people don't understand that these are damaged buildings.
Yeah, man, it's like dealing with a psychiatric patient on meds and they're trying to tell you what's going on.
People don't understand that these are damaged buildings.
Anyway, I've been doing my thing, man. Don't mind me. I'm bear with me for a second. Anyway, yeah, so
People don't
how can you see me?
understand that these are damaged buildings.
Yeah, I just do my thing, man. I've been you know, I was usually going to Queen's Park every week and filming the protest down there, but it's gotten too gone. I'm not into clusterfuck 101. You know, it was, back in the day, it was really good in the beginning, and then it turned sour because it turned into a control grifter fest. And I finally got rid of that shit, and we sort of got it back down to grassroots again. But now it seems to be going back in the other direction, and it's kind of like, I remember when I grew up in the day. I remember. Don't mind me, man. And the COVID depression. See that? Queen's Park. Leaderless. No groups. Good business cards made up, man. You know? Trail. Drama. Leaderless. Leaderless protest. Queen's Park. Saturdays.
People don't understand that these are damaged buildings.
And now it's become, I don't know, I'm not digging it, that's all I'm saying. You guys figure out what's going on there, but I'm a Christian and I try and work things in a Christian format, but I'm not one of these religious Christian type of guys. I'm a spiritual Christian kind of guy, and I do the spiritual aspects of things. And, oh, Bye Bye Blue Sky. Maybe you guys remember her. That's Suzanne. Smoking the cards here. I got Bernadette's card here too. She's with GAG Canada, that's Geoengineering Activism Group. Anyway, because I'm not into chemtrails and stuff, but anyway, that's the thing with the Queen's Park thing. I'm about whatever. You want to play games, and I don't make money off of the truth, and I just try and keep it. Sorry, guys. Got a little bit carried away with the dunes. Anyway, yeah, so I just try and keep it truthful and in a God-loving way, and I don't fear my Creator. You know, I don't dig this. You know, this is the whole where we live is a complete clusterfuck. You know, it's a slave planet, realm. It's not a planet. You know, the studying that I've been doing for years and decades, and all the stuff that I've experienced in my life, you know, in regards to trauma. You know, I've been in a coma. I've been, when I was a teenager, I was in kind of like one of these crazy, we weren't going to live to 25 kind of thing. We didn't figure we were going to live that long. was kind of like one of these flatliners clubs. You know, I mean, I started doing a lot of crazy drugs when I was really young, and not that I was addicted to it. It was like it was more of an interesting kind of a scientific experiment in my own head. Anyway, I did that for years, and I mean, I've got a history of like hallucinogenic drugs. I've pretty much done them all. You know, I even to this day, I don't mind. Like right now, well here, this is, this is all mushrooms, right? And then next, these are 5 different. This is four different bags of shrooms. Anyway, and then if you get into the science aspect of it all, then you can really, do things like, you do the research on this stuff, man. You know, you read up on the psilocybin and stuff like that. It's actually used for depression nowadays because people, once they have a little bit of a tingle, right? My buddy Jeremiah, he just did a month kind of prepping for an ayahuasca session, and then he did a 2-day weekend a week ago. He did a two-day ayahuasca session, and now he did it really serious. He didn't have sex or nothing for a month before he did it. He fasted. He did everything. Now he can't even have sex for 2 weeks after his session, so he's probably still. Anyway, he did a ayahuasca trip just a couple weeks ago, or not even a week ago, probably this weekend coming. Today's Tuesday, so that'll be 2 weeks ago. This weekend coming, but he did it with a shaman. Anyway, there's all kinds of stuff about the mind. See, if you actually take a look at the Matrix, it is a prison for your mind. And we live in a prison system. You know, we just went through a series of lockdowns, and everything's all about jailbreak, and everything's. I mean, if you ever done any time at all, you can start seeing the pattern of what they're doing to society. Is what at large is what they do to you when you're confined to, when you're locked up, right? But they're doing it in a big way, very subtly. And this place is evil. So, like, I said, I was in a coma, and I've had all these crazy out-of-body experiences and stuff like that, and it's been a real trip in my life. And I'm 60 years old now. And now I'm starting to take a look at I'm not look at things differently, but I've been dealing with a lot of crazy things lately. I mean, obviously, over the last 2 years, everybody has. And like I was saying about Queen's Park and stuff, I'm going to change my format. I think I got about $750 worth of flags here that I usually would take down to Queen's Park and set them all up for a worldwide type thing, because I got Wales, so I got Australia, I got Palestine, I got you name it. I got South Africa, I got England, Ireland, there's Netherlands. I got flags, got them all hanging up right now because some got wet. So, and then the anti-UN stuff, and like I said, I trying to wake people up to the fact that whatever you learned in school, it's bullshit. Einstein is E equals MC squared, as he married his second cousin twice. That's the biggest fraud guy going. Doctors haven't cured a thing in 100 years, so why would I even respect them? All these nurses and doctors going on these tours and stuff like that, speaking at these big conferences and stuff. I got no respect for them whatsoever. Anyway, and if you want to talk about the police, recently I got a message saying, they wanted me to come down and film this protest because two of these cops are up on disciplinary situations at the job, and because they've been speaking out about the situation we've been going through the last 2 years. But they were involved with another one that was one of these 4D groups, and no. Anyway, So I gotta staying away from all the protesting bullshit for now. I mean, it's all a controlled opposition thing anyway, and if you can't see what's going on, you know. However, the thing I'm into is what's going on and this whole thing that we're going through with our lives. You know, they sacrifice people in this world. There's children and pedophilia going crazy. Here's books on pedophilia. This is Johnny Cerrucci on the Roman Catholic Church, all that kind of stuff. That's about 800, 900 pages worth of evidence on those weirdos. There's another one by Johnny Cerrucci. There's another 800 or 900 page book on Illuminati Unmasked. These are all books. The whole thing that we live in is like a really mind job. Anyway, I'm into this kind of stuff lately. You know, Electric Universe. I got this book years ago. David Talbot. You know, about just goes into like what, like the human body, the human brain only sees so much, and then you know the 10 fingers, 10 toes. It's like we're human biological computers anyway, and it's very easy to hack this job. And with the right music and stuff like that, you can really mess with society. And they got everybody in sleep mode, if you haven't noticed. And then you got to deal with all these retards and stuff. I mean, I'm still walking out there. It's a beautiful day today. People are walking down the street wearing a face diaper. And I can't understand it. I've never worn one once since. And if I had to, I wouldn't do it because to go into a store or something like that. I would wear one because I was sanding drywall or something, you know. That's the only reason I would do something like that. Wear a mask, you know. And even sometimes if you're working with insulation, you would wear a mask. But to walk down the street in public and in your car, you want to talk about retarded? Oh my God. Then you got to deal with people that are just, I don't know. You thought they were awake and they're not, and you know your own family is the worst ones to deal with. You know, I just did a 60th birthday party in the middle of July, exactly in the middle of July, and I haven't owned a cell phone in 5 years now, and we just finished going through about 2 or 3 days with no Rodgers internet here in Canada, Toronto, and Canada, because it was a nationwide thing, and I brought it up at the birthday party gig for me that because they were talking. I was the only one that was there, and Marlene. We were the only people there that didn't have a cell phone. The rest, everybody had a cell phone. And well, Andy didn't have one, but he can't afford one. He's a buddy of mine from high school. He lives up the street in a condo there. He's anyway, but so I brought up the thing about, well, so much for your cell phones, and my sister-in-law got up so upset she marched out of the party and went. And my older brother had to go fetch her, and then she comes back. Anyway, but I got to deal with the retardedness in this world, and the thing is, people have no idea where they are and what they're doing here, and it's a slave system. That's why you can't even go to court and win. Right? Everybody's talking about all this. The United States has never had a constitution, and neither has the Canadian Confederation ever been really justified. You can play with all the games you want, but when it comes right down to it, it's all about contract law. I have a video on my channel from years ago. Well, it's re-uploaded on my new channel, Tommy 2, Tom Rodgers 2, and it explains to you the entire process of the 13 colonies and all this weird stuff, all the way back to the origination, who Jefferson was, all these guys. You know, even Jefferson says, "Oh yeah, sure, you got a republic if you can keep it," and he kind of chuckles. Anyway, the whole thing is a shit show. Where you're living is a mind job, and you got to get right with yourself. And have no fear here, man. This is the biggest thing about this place. It's all about fear. I'm done with Facebook in one way. I mean, every time you turn on the YouTube or the Facebook, it's just one thing. It's worse, almost getting as bad as the news, right? And if you don't have any confidence within yourself, all that fear that you're being exposed to, you will invite that into your life, and then all that kind of stuff will start manifesting. Anyway, I'm an old man, and don't pay attention to me. I wouldn't know anything about what I'm talking about now, huh? Anyway, guys, yeah, I know I really try to push on for freedom in a healthy way and truth, and I don't try and do it, um, you know, working for the other team. Anyway, God bless you, and I'll check in soon. Peace and love. Ciao.